I've invited you all to my island.
Hi.
Because tonight, a murder will be committed. My murder.
Once you're dead, will we still be able to talk to you?
Yeah, I'm not playing dead the whole weekend, dude.
Well, this is truly delightful.
Across the island, I've hidden clues. You will have to closely observe each other. If anyone can name the killer, that person wins our game. Any questions?
Halle Berry, that has a kick.
Oh my God. What happened? Holy
Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a murder, and the killer is in plain sight. For at least one person, this is not a game.
Hello and welcome to this What Do You Want to Watch Spoilercast for Rian Johnson's latest film, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. I'm your host, Ashley Hobley. Joining me today, Dylan Blatt.
Happy to be here to talk about mystery. No, terrible impression. Sorry.
That was, really bad.
Yeah.
So we are talking about this now in November. It's just, we wanted to watch it the first day it was available in cinemas. A lot of people surprised that it's actually in cinemas this week. Scrambling to go, seen a lot of people scrambling to go see it now. So you're welcome for us tweeting it out. I think people know it's in cinemas. So yes, if you're listening to it in November, I guess, hopefully you went and saw it in cinemas. If not, come back, listen to this when it releases on Netflix, December 23, because this is a spoiler cast. We'll be freely discussing anything and everything about the plot themes in any of the movies. So if you haven't watched it, come back later. Yeah, so with that said, let's jump to discussion of Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, directed by Rian Johnson, written by Rian Johnson, starring Daniel Craig, Ed Norton, Janelle Monáe, Kathryn Hahn, Leslie Odom Jr., Jessica Henwick, Madelyn Cline, Kate Hudson, and Dave Bautista. Benoit Blanc returns to peel back the layers in a new Rian Johnson whodunit. This fresh adventure finds the intrepid detective at a lavish private estate on a Greek island, but how and why he comes to be there is only the first of many mysteries. Blanc soon meets a distinctly disparate group of friends gathering at the invitation of billionaire Miles Bron for the yearly reunion. Among those on the guest list are Miles' former business partner Andy Grant, current Connecticut Governor Claire DeBelle, cutting-edge scientist Lionel Toussaint, fashion designer and former model Birdie J, and contentious assistant Peg, and influencer Duke Cody and his sidekick girlfriend Whiskey. As in all the best murder mysteries, each character harbors their own secrets, lies, and motivations. When someone turns up dead, everyone is a suspect. Dylan, what did you think of Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery?
It's fantastic. Unsurprisingly. Hashtag Team Johnson. I actually, I don't know, it's hard to say because obviously I watched it today. Need to do a rewatch over, but I'd say off the bat, I think I like it more than Knives Out. Not obviously saying that in a Knives Out's bad way, but like I just feel like I think it's slightly better. Very fun movie. All the characters I feel like are just so lively. Got so much going on. Also, I definitely feel like there's an element of I'm watching this and it's come out the perfect time because I'm just watching Edward Norton going, it's fucking Elon Musk. Like it has to be like it's Elon Musk. Like this whole movie's about fucking Elon Musk. And you tell me I'm wrong. Like, cause tell me I can't be the only one. If I'm the only one watching this going, the bit is that's Musk in a world where he just brought Twitter and we've got the whole this whole thing going on. But it's just like obviously it's spoilercast, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, when it's like
when it's
the whole
revealed
part
he's
of
an
Edward
idiot,
is like he's revealed. He's just like you're just an idiot. Like it's just he surrounds himself. He's got all this money and he's good at like playing people and pretending to be smart, but really he just surrounds himself by a bunch of smart people. He just buys shit he wants with all the money and he tricks people and uses people. Like it's Musk. Like it has to be, like, that's all I'm thinking of. But yeah, I mean everyone was really, really great in this. I really obviously Janelle Monáe is fantastic in this once you get to that sort of halfway point. Because up until that point, before the reveal, she's purposely doesn't get too much screen time or anything like that. Yeah, a cold person. But once you get the reveal and she starts to play the sister and all that sort of stuff, she becomes such a highlight of the movie. Daniel Craig is fantastic. I think the criticism that people had about the first film, if they felt this certain way about him, like Benoit Blanc not getting enough like character himself, if that was something people had, because some people did write.
Some people were like, oh, he was just kind of along for the ride. really.
Yeah. But that's the whole
Anna
point.
de Armas was like pushing the story.
Yeah, but it's not on purpose. Like it's Benoit Blanc's not supposed to be the
hero.
lead character. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not about him. Like that's the thing.
And it's kind of not
so-
about him in this. Some would argue.
No, and it won't be.
Once
And
you
it won't be in
once
the
you
third
get the
one
entire
either.
framing of the whole thing,
Yeah.
he is effectively the sidekick.
Yeah.
You know,
Once everything
he's a
comes
very
full
good
circle,
sidekick. Yeah.
But I feel like if people had that complaint about the first one, this is just gonna it's gonna be the same sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, Edward Norton as Elon Musk is like glorious. Just every time he's up on stage, just seeing Chewie almost. But seeing Chewie is 100% Kate Hudson, who's having absolute time of her life, and it's great to watch. Same said for Dave Bautista.
I mean, everybody in this cast, I think.
Yeah,
I think.
Kathryn
Well,
Hahn's
probably
really good, but
Kathryn Hahn and Leslie Odom Jr.
Leslie
playing the
Odom
straight.
Jr. get the straight characters. Even Jessica Henwick, I guess, to a degree.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's it. And it's nothing, that's not really a criticism. It's just more of like a personal thing where loved her so much in The Matrix, where I would love to have seen her do more. But that's fine. That's not really a movie criticism. That's just I really like this actress and would have preferred her in a bigger role sort of thing. I mean, we get a bunch of weird small cameos in this, like Ethan Hawke showing up to spray shit in people's mouths, and Hugh Grant
that's
showing
right.
up as the boyfriend, I assume. Like, did he ever 100% say Benoit Blanc's like gay? Was that a thing?
I think
or am I
that is
dreaming
a thing.
I think that he said that in an interview or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know what the go was there. So
So Hugh Grant.
is Benoit Blanc's partner, I guess. Then other really weird things like Natasha Lyonne playing Natasha Lyonne in
So it's
just
Natasha
playing
Lyonne, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then in their last on-screen performances, Stephen Sondheim, the musical composer and lyricist, and Angeline Lansbury, who obviously from A Mystery she wrote?
Yeah, that stuff. The Mystery She Wrote or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
that series that's on in the
Murder
Day
She
all
Wrote,
time.
that's it.
Murder She Wrote. There you go. Yeah, it was such a playing Among Us, which is such a such a random.
I think the other
everyone
crazy
watched-
thing about this movie, it is clearly set in 2020.
Yeah, and I actually like it. I feel like this is the first movie I've seen where they set it in 2020. And even ones where I've watched where they like say they play into the fact that the pandemic's a thing. They don't like treat it like they don't play by 100% the rules. But the start of this movie, everything's very like masks and jokes about not touching. But once they get to the island, obviously it's like
Well, they
whatever
do
at that
the
stage,
they
but
put the
they
spray,
do the whole
the magic
spray.
spray.
They're like, yeah, you're cured. Whatever was in that, but
Yeah,
I love it as
it's
sort
all-
of just a whatever
it's
explanation.
like,
but
you know.
yeah.
Also, that scene on the pier tells you so much because obviously Leslie Odom Jr.'s character and Kathryn Hahn don't want to be safe and that kind of stuff. Kate Hudson's character is wearing like
She's wearing a see-through.
I don't think it's a
nothing
mask. I
It's-
think it just
it's
looks
not.
like
It's-
fishnets on her
yeah.
face.
Which people were selling. Like I saw those things going around the internet because people were worried about the fashion more than the
Yeah.
practicality of their safety and whatever else. So, you know, real, yeah, I know. I go to you before I loop back around, but obviously, yeah, just all the characters were fantastic. I thought the mystery was really, really good. I like the swerve. I definitely don't feel like it retreads or does anything similar to the first movie. The only like connecting fabric I would say is that once you, I don't know, it's not even like it. I don't even know, but like once you do the halfway point, like Janelle Monáe, like her relationship with Benoit Blanc's like similar-ish to that of Anna de Armas in the first film, like not even in a bad way.
I don't
but
think
that's-
so.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad way. I'm just saying like they
Still
sort of
team
start
up,
getting
you
along.
know?
Like they team up, and that's the only like thing I would say is sort of a similar-ish direction than from the first film. Otherwise, I'd say everything else here is nothing alike to the first mystery. So yeah, really, really good. Loved it.
Yeah, I loved it as well. I think it is. I mean, they're still great films, but I think I like this a little bit more. I think the craziness of the world that they're in, of this eccentric
Dong!
billionaires, it's like I got an hourly dog. And I just love the obviously I like things where you see it once through and then you have to go back and relive it another from a different viewpoint. The same events. I love films like that and that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it all. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the Janelle Monáe reveal is like freaking cool. It's like, I mean, it's a little bit like, oh, he's got a twin sister, but you know, but also she died. So I mean, it's, I mean, you only ever meet the one sister. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like you said,
she's so good at changing those accents and everything.
I mean, yeah,
She seems like a completely different character.
At the start of the episode. It's very hard.
Yeah,
just switching between, and you didn't even. I'm trying to like piece it together. It's like obviously there's that scene of her getting shot where they're like she breaks her accent. She's like talking with her like southern,
normal southern
Alabama
accent.
But when we saw it the first time, we didn't hear it because it was through the glass of Muskie trying to shoot it. Yeah, that was all fun. There's so many great jokes throughout this. Like you said, other fun cameos. The stupidest cameo, Serena Williams. She's just
on that screen
in the gym. She's like, I'm just paid like to be here in case somebody wants to work out.
Yep.
And she's just listening into their conversation about who's murdered people and that kind of stuff, and just not like, okay, that's really fun. I love the mystery playing out, and just Benoit Blanc's disappointment in it all, I think, is great as well. With how the ultimate reveal. But yeah, I love a lot of the little pieces like placed throughout the film that kind of pay off as you go along. Yeah. Any in particular that like moments that kind of stand out to you? Obviously, I love great scene from the start. Obviously, they start with the murder mystery, and Benoit Blanc solves it before he even gets.
I was about to say that is probably one of the funniest scenes in that movie because you go into this whole movie, and I'm sitting there, and your brain's like does that thing where it's trying to figure out like the direction it'll go. It's like, okay, the murder mystery will start, and then like as
you'll get murdered as part of the
someone
murder
will get
mystery.
murdered, and that's part of the murder mystery. But then it's of course my brain's just going by what sort of it's been trained to do. So the fact he just stands up and it's like, the game started? All right, well, this. And just Edward Norton's face in the background, like, he's like just pure annoyance.
Yeah.
Benoit Blanc just
throwing
solving
shade
it
at
all.
Gillian Flynn, am I right?
Yeah. It was so good. Yeah, it's like, and the fact he's like, she's pretty good. Like, she wrote Gone Girl. It was a good movie. No, but the funny thing I remember to shout out before, I don't know if you saw this in the credits or not, the voice of the Owly Dong is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes, I saw that on Twitter. What a great cameo.
Is, in the world of like a movie that's full of like random ass cameos, there you go. I mean, that's not a random one. Obviously, they're like friends, but it's still like kind of funny. But no, I feel like that revelation scene, or just even I don't know. Is it bad? It feels bad just to say the ending, but like I felt like that everything from the moment she starts like breaking all that glass, and I feel like it's very obvious what he's handed her, which is the whatever element. Like you sort of know where it's going to go, but I still don't know exactly how it's going to go off. Like, is he for a second I was like, she's just going to throw it at him and he's going to like burst into flames or some shit like that. But
is it like
I like it doesn't go that direction, because then she would obviously get arrested and everything else like that. So it sort of implies he trusted her to do the right thing too, which was just fuck his shit up and get him to bury himself somehow, which he does obviously by now in the glass in the Knives Out universe, the Mona Lisa is burnt to a crisp. So that's but yeah, that whole sequence I thought was really just that sense of.
I mean, it's crazy because they've been setting that up, like kind of reminding you about the Mona Lisa throughout the whole
movie.
Film. Like,
the bloody,
would occasionally
the
thing would just close all of a sudden. And like obviously set us on fire and like makes him eat his own words. He's been talking about all this time about being mentioned in the same breath as the Mona Lisa, and now he always will be. I
just like, it's one of those movies too where everything, especially can't wait to rewatch it, because everything just, as you're saying before, just links together like perfectly. Where everything, and he explains it all, like the reason things don't get figured out, or the reason certain characters figures things out, and all these little bits and bobs, just the throwaway lines about but not have pineapple, and like all these just small things that come together, obviously, to form the whole movie. Really smart.
Yeah, I loved like the whiskey. Oh man, that was weird. Like the opening with like him being like a far right wing kind of menaced, I guess is what they described as. Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista's character. Oh,
yeah.
Duke, yeah.
And then, and the puzzle box at the start, like them all calling each other, trying to figure it out. And, his mum slapping him across the face.
Really entertaining scene to watch them all solve these small puzzles and then
cut to Janelle Monáe.
Cut to Janelle Monáe just smash the living fuck out of it. Like,
the hammer,
yeah.
Oh, man. Fantastic. Perfectly, just so perfectly shot as well. Just have a still camera there. She walks out of frame, comes back with goggles and a hammer. Just smashes it in. Just everything about this is so good. I thought it was really interesting. Like one thing that I really liked was the obviously you get that shot of Dave Bautista outside. What's his face? Edward Norton's bedroom, like as Whiskey's. Turns out Whiskey is seducing him to try and get him a job on the news, but you don't realize it the first time.
You don't realize
you
that
see him squeeze his hands. You think it's because he sees her cheating on him, but really he sent her there to try to get him a job on his news network, which is messed up. Also, him be able to squeeze his hands together. How thin are his windows? Very, very thin. You can hear every word,
I mean, it's a glass onion,
It is a glass onion. Also, other shout-outs to, who was it? Jared Leto with his hard kombucha.
His hard kombucha.
And it's Jeremy Renner hot sauce.
Jeremy Renner's hot sauce, which I think is a real thing. I don't know if the kombucha is, but...
No, hopefully not. But then them using the hot sauce to like pretend she's dead.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like just that he tries it, Benoit Blanc's like, and he's like, oh, you can keep some. Like Jeremy Renner sends me some all the time. And he just chucks it in his pocket, and then that obviously why he has the blood later. Like it's just all these little throwaway things that it's all linking.
Just fantastic. It's just one you have to watch. I'm sure I'll see other things I appreciate when I watch it again. Like I said, Benoit being upset with how bad the whole mystery is in the end. It's like
when he realizes that the lights out thing was just because he said it.
Because he said it, it's like you just straight up lied to us. You didn't do anything clever.
Yeah.
You're like, look at the dress. Here, have this drink. You just put pineapple juice in it. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, very.
Especially compared to the first one where it was a little bit more. Like,
such an elaborate
thing, but you didn't. It was so elaborate, and then all the factors that Chris Evans' character didn't take into account, like her actually realizing him and switching the bottles and all these. Like he actually talks about it just being this big conundrum and whatever else, and the fact he always knew that she was there because he spotted the blood the first time they met, and all these like little details that come around in that movie. And this one, he's just like, you're dumb. Like, something's dumb.
Why have I been foiled by this dumb person?
Yeah.
But I love his just genuine, Benoit Blanc's genuine excitement and everything, like going up to the glass onion or whatever it's called, like the thing at the center with all the
never ending
kaleidoscope thing.
Things. Yeah, kaleidoscope thing. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I enjoyed them explaining what the glass onion was. It's an actual bar that they went to. That explains it. Also, this film looks really good considering it's a Netflix movie. They definitely put money into it.
Well, it's still got all of Rian Johnson's usual team. So it's still got the same cinematographer that he works with. Still got his brother doing all the music. Still got his regular editor. I can't remember his name.
They must have found some really nice place to shoot, I guess.
Yeah,
location, and then they just added the glass elements. Like
it's not like a really super expensive movie. Well, neither is the first one, I guess. Like, I'm saying they're cheap, but they're not like heavy on special effects, obviously.
No. Some of the fire didn't look great. That's the only thing I could nitpick it on it. And then my other nitpick was he just kind of stood and took it at the end. You know?
What do you mean?
This is a guy who's killed 2 people. He's like, not
from
like
behind.
he doesn't like
from,
try
like,
to
real
escape or anything. He's just like, oh, you
Where's he
guys are
gonna go?
shitheads.
Yeah,
He could literally just kill all of them.
He can't. He doesn't have the gun anymore. I assume he like threw it away or something. Hide evidence.
He could try.
Yeah, I'd probably just stop him. Is the thing.
He could have literally pushed it into the fire.
Could have tried. I reckon they would have saved her. But the thing is, like, he's again, like, he does all this stuff behind closed doors or, you know, in the shadows. He can't like straight up do something like that in the light.
Yeah,
because he's a little bitch.
it's true. I love the explanation as to how he killed Andy, the first Cassandra. Like, she would have been scared of like all the lawyers and stuff, but it was just him. She had nothing to fear. But then that was her major mistake. Yeah, really great film. Anything else you feel like we've missed or need to touch on?
No, I mean, the only thing I would say is it's sort of interesting because Knives Out obviously did well at the cinema, but like enough that Netflix was happy to greenlight 2 more and give Rian Johnson these movies. But there's that whole thing of when they announced it, I was like, yeah, that's like, I'm glad we get more, but I was a little bit disappointed because I wanted to watch them in cinema. However, now I've got to watch this one on the cinema. I'm still just going to clarify it. If you can watch this in the cinema, 100% watch it in the cinema because it's shot wonderfully.
Well,
it's got these
now. Just tweet
it's
that
out for
out.
a week, right? It's out for a week, right?
Yeah, but nobody's going to be listening to this far in.
True. That's
without having seen the movie.
Yeah, maybe I'll tweet it out. But I mean, just for the sake of the conversation, this movie much better in the cinema. I would be disappointed if I only got to watch this at home, because there's also that communal aspect, like being it is a rather funny movie.
Yeah. I'm
That's
sure
gonna be a lot.
Yeah, my cinema was very sparse, but you know, it was like 3:00.
I didn't have a lot either, but I did go to a 12 p.m. showing, so weird time, middle of the day. But
yeah,
a
lot of the
few
jokes
people there did
probably
laugh.
land better. All of the crazy.
Especially, we haven't even mentioned old mate just walking past.
Just what was his name?
Pretend I'm not even here. Pretend I'm in here. That's the thing. Like, he's a super rich dude pretending to be ultra, you know, like into art and all this sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, you know why this dude's here? It's his fucking.
It's his only friend.
College.
It's
his only college friend who just smokes weed with him all day and is a dropout like him. That dude is as smart as him. Like, that's the thing. Like, and he keeps him around. You know exactly what type of friend that is. In retrospect,
love him walking through scenes. He's not part of the experience.
Yeah, he's not part of the experience.
Yeah, and you got Benoit smoking. I forgot that he smoked.
Yeah, that's funny. It sets it up.
Sets
This is
off
a
your
non-smoking area. This is not. Do not throw
Do
stuff
not
in the
litter.
water. Just him running off.
And then he goes and smokes with old mate at the end of the film.
Yeah,
as everything
Alarm's
explodes.
going off then.
So good. Again, Kate Hudson's character and the crazy shit she does, or is said to have done, including like having a Halloween costume dedicated to Beyonce that got her cancelled, as well as comparing herself to Harriet Tubman, but in spirit.
Yeah, and tweeting out a some
I thought
Jewish slur. I think was what the
yeah. And then her big thing was her thinking a
realizing
sweatshop was the place that
where
made
they make sweatpants.
Sweatpants, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Just like how like she reads the email back and then she's like, and you responded, sounds great, emoji. Like with dabbing or whatever it was.
yeah. No, and then there's another moment I loved was her, like, obviously it's revealed that it's Helen, right? Is Janelle Monáe is the twin sister of Andy.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, Helen. She's like, she doesn't realize until like after, like several seconds later that that's Helen, obviously in front of her. Very funny.
She's like, you told me about your sister.
Your sister told me about it.
What? Yeah.
That's really great. I just the way that they build the reveal, because it cuts right after she's been shot, and then you've got the we don't know that, you know, she hasn't actually been shot till much
We'll get
later.
back to that
But then you
moment.
get that scene of her going to Benoit Blanc for the first time, and him suggesting she comes on this expedition,
Yeah, but also saying it will be dangerous.
saying it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm not Batman.
Yeah.
You know,
Or James
I
Bond.
work in the system, and yeah, that would have been a bit on the nose, but
Yeah.
yeah, and then obviously you get to the eventual reveal where she's saved by her sister's diary, which old cliche, but gotta love it. Yeah, just so many nice shots as well in this film. Yeah, Rian Johnson, keep making stuff.
Well, we should get another one of these in a couple of years, I think.
Yeah, hopefully they just keep making them for till the end of time. So
He's at least making
I'd
one
happily.
more. So I think it's Daniel Craig or someone said in an interview that I'd be happy to keep making them as long as
as long as he has ideas, yeah.
Yeah, as long as he has ideas, he'll keep making it. Which is funny considering he just came off James Bond, but he's like, "Let me in."
I'm sure this is
And then
much more
he's like-
violent, easier.
Yeah,
on
he's
the
like this
knees.
Benoit Blanc, a lot easier on the knees, and then I think he's just like this Benoit Blanc character who just gets to put on this silly voice. He's like, "This is great, like,
This is great.
I love this role. I get to wear these bright, fucking colored jumpsuits and what
Yeah.
which was one of the craziest. There was a costume design is very good in this movie. I'll give it that as well.
I've never
Costume
seen a
design.
one piece with a gun holster in it.
No, that is something I haven't seen either. So points for that.
All right. Let us know what you think of Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery by going to explosion.com/Twitter or jump into Discord at explosion.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here at What Do You Want to Watch, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser. Tell people about the show. Leave us 5 stars. Anywhere you can leave 5 stars. And if you really like this episode, thought it was worth $1, head on over to our Ko page at explosion.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.
Let it all out.
Hell yeah!
This is reckless. The killer wouldn't hesitate to kill again if it covers their tracks.
You must be really great at Clue, huh?
I'm very bad at dumb things. Ticking boxes, running around, searching all the rooms. It's just a terrible, terrible game.